Hola a todos, aquí Ravenford y seguimos jugando a Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. En el último capítulo empezamos el día 2 aprendiendo muchísimas cosas sobre el vudú, tanto histórico como el que se practica en la ciudad, pero dejamos un poco de lado la investigación de los asesinatos, así que hoy vamos a dedicarnos a ello. Pero antes, como siempre, recordaros que tenemos un servidor de Discord en el canal. Un servidor de Discord donde hablamos sobre juegos de rol, aventuras gráficas, dungeon crawlers y todos esos juegos que nos gustan tanto. Si queréis entrar para hablar, comentar, dar sugerencias o hacer peticiones para el canal, dejaré el enlace en la descripción del vídeo. Como siempre, estáis todos invitados. Y bueno, vamos a ponernos en marcha. Como he dicho antes, hoy quiero investigar los asesinatos y la mejor forma de conseguir información es ir a la comisaría de policía a preguntarle a nuestro queridísimo amigo Mosley. A ver si ha conseguido información nueva sobre el caso. Vale, aquí estamos. Comisaría de policía. Uy, parece que están de reparaciones. Ahí hay un mecánico dándole a algo. Y se aleja. A ver, ¿qué ha estado reparando?
There's a temperature gauge on the wall near Mosley's office. The security cage has been removed by the electrician.
Vale, y parece que se ha dejado su caja de
The
herramientas.
electrician has left his tools behind. He must plan on returning.
Vale, de acuerdo. Antes de nada, hablaremos con el detective Fricks. Fricks, ese es su nombre.
Got a second, officer? What can I do you for?
Y le diremos que queremos ver a Mosley, así no nos impedirá el paso.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Vale. Y ahora, gracias a esto, podemos interactuar con la puertecita esta y pasar al otro lado de la comisaría. Pero, si os fijáis, se han llevado ya la caja de herramientas. Parece ser que mientras estábamos hablando el mecánico ha vuelto y se ha llevado la caja de herramientas, aunque creo que ha dejado abierto el panel este. Es un termostato. Termostato con el que de momento no podemos hacer demasiado. O bueno, sí que podemos hacer algo, pero no sabemos para qué serviría, así que vamos a dejarlo quieto y vamos a entrar en la oficina de Mosley.
Hey, Mosley.
It's you, God help me.
Y la voz de Mosley está interpretada por el famosísimo actor Mark Hamill, más conocido como Luke Skywalker. Mucha gente no se cree que este personaje esté hecho por Mark Hamill, porque tiene una voz increíblemente diferente, sobre todo pensando que es Mark Hamill de jovencito, hace más de 30 años de este juego, pero Mark Hamill es un actor de voz increíble, en serio, escuchad un poco.
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks. You know that, Knight?
I'm starting to get that impression.
Tiene esa entonación, sabe darle ese perfil a la voz de un tío que sí es un veterano de la policía, pero ya está un poco cascado y harto de todo. La verdad es que le da ese toque muy bien, y es que Mark Hamill es un actor de voz muy bueno. Otro personaje muy reconocible que ha hecho, y mucha gente considera que es su mejor obra, es el Joker de la serie animada de Batman. La verdad es que Mark Hamill es un actor muy versátil y la verdad es que me gusta muchísimo como actor de voz. Su voz en inglés, lógicamente, las voces después cuando lo doblan al castellano es completamente diferente. Pero bueno, vamos a hablar un poco más con Mosley.
You been feeling okay lately? You look like hell.
Me? You know, I can't sleep at night, what with thinking about the case and thinking about Annie.
I can relate.
Vaya, parece que las cosas no le van muy bien.
Played any b-ball lately?
Does it look like it? I'm so out of shape I'd probably have a coronary just looking at a ball.
I'm out of it too. We should play sometime. Get back into shape.
Man, I'd love to, Knight. I'll let you know if things ever settle down.
La verdad es que me gustan mucho las conversaciones entre Gabriel y Mosley. El colegueo se nota casi auténtico. Y no solo creo que es porque los actores son muy buenos, o sea, tenemos a Tim Curry y a Mark Hamill haciendo las voces, sino que además está muy bien escrito. Bueno, sí, vamos a dejar la charleta y vamos a centrarnos en el interrogatorio.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Bueno, comencemos con las preguntas de rigor.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all faked. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know. I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
Vale, parece que es uno de los que cree que el vudú no es auténtico. A ver si nos explica la razón para creer eso.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Lots. Can you be more specific?
Y ahora tenemos muchas preguntas que hacer. Vamos a ir por orden.
Do you know anything about the killers?
At least 20 people attend the killings. We know this from the variety of footprints found at the scene.
Footprints? Aren't those as good as fingerprints?
Can be, but we'd have to have a suspect in custody first, and the suspect would have to match one of the few distinct prints we have. Most of the footprints are smudged, trodden over, unreadable. These guys are so casual in their expertise, it's maddening. Like they know we'll never find them.
Y esta es una de las cosas que me hace sorprenderme un poco, de que la gente piense de que no es vudú auténtico. De momento voy a continuar, pero cuando acabemos las preguntas os diré por qué. Aparte que hay más cosas que me extrañan. Vayamos con esta pregunta.
How many murders have there been so far?
7 murders have so far been linked to the voodoo murders case. Now, the first murder occurred about 8 weeks ago. The MO was the same in each murder. Lake Pontchartrain was the 7th.
Wow, es un asesino muy activo.
What kind of evidence have you found?
No fingerprints, a few bare footprints. Found a few fibers, but not many. The weirdest one was leopard fur.
Leopard fur?
Vale, fibras de leopardo. Interesante.
Describe the crime scenes.
Now there's the corpse itself, minus the heart. Around where the body was killed, we find marks and flour and blood. There are traces of wax from candles, red and black. Ordinary wax candles, so the lab reports. Also blood and feathers of chickens. Also goat's blood. And plenty of the victim's own, of course.
Vale, sangre de varios animales y cera.
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Oh, lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Vale.
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird. Like they just don't want people to see, and so nobody sees nothing.
Know anything about the victims?
The victims are all out-of-towners. We still don't know why.
Forastero, seguramente porque así es más fácil asesinarlos sin que nadie se dé cuenta, ya que normalmente no son habituales de la ciudad. Ahora sí, ya hemos acabado todas las preguntas y aquí hay la cosa que me extraña un poco. Tienes más de 20 pisadas de pies descalzos, ¿vale? Que se nota que han bailoteado encima de los unos de los otros. Tienes sangre de cabra, sangre de gallina, tienes cera. Esto es muy elaborado y muy engorroso para ser un mero asesinato que intenta disfrazarse de asesinato vudú. Claramente aquí hay un rito real. No tiene mucho sentido que sencillamente lo hagan para escudarse en que es un ritual vudú, así los despistamos. Imagina reunir 20 personas cada noche que tienes que asesinar a alguien. Es un poquito absurdo. Aquí hay algo realmente ritual y 20 personas dispuestas a seguir el juego. Así que yo no descartaría tan rápido que el vudú fuera falso. Es posible que realmente te estén mintiendo para protegerse la gente que vive del tema del vudú. Pero bueno, eso ya veremos cómo avanza más adelante.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
Sure, no problem.
Continuemos con las siguientes preguntas.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You and me grew up together, you tell me. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see. You know. The quarter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but... hell, I've never known anything else.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I know about snakes is I don't like them.
Vale, ¿tienes sentido común?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
That's coming up, isn't it?
We get some occasional weirdness in the quarter, but nothing much.
Used to have a lot of strange things happen, though, or so I hear.
Vale, parece que pasan bastantes cosas en la víspera de San Juan y está cercana. Tendremos que tener cuidado. Veamos si sabe algo de francés, Mosley.
Do you have any idea what Cabri sans garde means?
Hell no. Is that French? My mother spoke it, but I always had hard enough time just speaking English.
True enough.
Vale.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Is she that red-headed chick that works at Freddy's?
No.
Then I don't know her.
De acuerdo, máscaras de
Do you
animales.
know anything about animal masks?
Animal masks? You mean like those Halloween masks they sometimes use in robberies?
I don't think so. More like real animals.
Never ran across anything like that.
Vale, y llegamos a las preguntas personales. Preguntémosle sobre el mismo.
Tell me about yourself.
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay, what do you want to know?
How'd you like working on the police force?
Are you kidding? You know I love being a cop. In New Orleans, it's the best place in the world to be one.
Vale. Me gusta ver una persona que está satisfecha con lo que hace.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, you know, I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched, but I don't see why I can't be the chief of police in New Orleans someday. I already know the mayor, and my record is one of the best in the department.
I'm sure it's just a matter of moments, mostly.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yo siempre he tenido la sensación de que esto de que se convierta en el jefe de policía de Nueva Orleans siempre estuvo planeado en la cabeza de la creadora del juego, Jen Jensen. Pero claro, el juego no llegó a tener más de 2 secuelas, así que imagino que nos perdimos la evolución de Mosley, de simple detective un poco campechano, a jefe de policía de Nueva Orleans. La verdad es que hubiera sido interesante.
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and blow.
Trompetista y tirador, una mezcla peligrosa.
How's your home life?
Oh, real funny, Knight. Why don't you just bring in some frickin' salt? Well, you know Annie left me. My home life is shit.
Right. Sorry about that.
No, triste porque no es mal tipo.
Just tell me anything at all.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? We used to piss off our senior year teacher. What was her name? Ms. McKelly? You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something. Then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's, too. Like with the remote when she wanted to watch your soaps.
Yep. And it was a great way to pick up women in the library. Oh, those were the days.
Vale, una extraña forma de ligar. Normalmente las chicas creo que se sentirían ofendidas si le hicieras esto, pero ¿qué sabré yo? No soy un ligón, la verdad.
Just tell me anything at all.
You know, my doctor told me I've got a little family of ulcers starting. I wish this case would end so I could get some rest for a change.
Vale.
Just tell me
¿Más cosas?
anything at all.
My back hurts.
Me ha hecho gracia porque ha sido... Dime cualquier cosa, me duele la espalda, ya está. Cortos, conciso y directo. Muy, muy bien. ¿Otra cosa?
Just tell me anything at all.
For the book, I wanted to be an astronaut when I was young. Or a fireman.
Fascinating.
Vale. Bueno, nada, no importa.
Nothing, never mind.
It's your dime.
Ok, vamos con otras cosas que nos hable del estatus del caso.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
It's going. Can't seem to make any progress, though. Sluggish damn case. It's weird.
Vale. ¿Podemos hablarle de las fotografías o preguntarle por el café?
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So, I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now.
Y como habéis escuchado, eso nos da puntos. ¿Por qué? Ya veréis
Don't
por qué.
touch anything while I'm gone.
Mientras tanto, no podemos tocar, pero podemos mirar.
Mosley's office looks a lot like his room at college. Police department memos and other didactic blurbs.
Y ahí vuelve Mosley.
Here, drink it.
Thanks.
Vale. Como veis, creo que podemos ver el café.
The coffee cup is empty.
Vale, ya lo hemos bebido. Podemos continuar
Can I ask you about
preguntando.
some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Veamos. Preguntemos sobre las fotografías.
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Got any more ideas for photos for the book?
De momento no.
Nope, I think we have everything we need.
Okay.
De momento.
But you shouldn't underestimate the power of beefcake.
Vale. Preguntémosle sobre los dibujos alrededor de los
Do you know
cuerpos.
anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those little marks around them. We got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
Vale. Y sobre otros 6 dibujos.
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
Vale, y al parecer podemos preguntar para ver esos dibujos. Lo haremos más tarde. Antes le insultaremos amigablemente.
Have you ever called the hair club for men?
I'd rather have no hair than your hair, Knight.
So how'd you ever find anything in this office? It looks like ground zero.
Hey, I get my job done. I'm a detective, not Betty Crocker.
Uf, esa referencia ha envejecido muchísimo. Creo que Carlos Arguiñano ya no hace ningún programa de televisión, pero no lo tengo claro.
Trying for a real estate job with that coat?
No, are you trying out for a janitorial job with that hair?
Tuche. Vale. Vamos a salir. Vamos a dejar la conversación. Vamos a preguntar por esos dibujos. No sé por qué no uso abrir para abrir las puertas. Siempre uso las ruedas dentadas, el usar. Bueno, vamos a hablar con la oficial Franks, que es esta chica de aquí.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes.
Podemos hacerle varias preguntas. O podemos pedirle café.
Could you get me some coffee?
Are you speaking to me?
Why, yes.
Wow. Deja leave it to Beaver. I'm the police photographer, sir. You might be able to find someone around here dumb enough to get coffee for you. But guess what? It won't be me.
Vale.
Oh, thanks. Anyway.
Parece que ese tonto ha sido Mosley. Esta chica tiene las cosas claras.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes.
Vamos a preguntarle por su trabajo.
So, what's it like being a policewoman?
The glamour never ceases.
Vale.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes.
Sí, piropeémosla un poco.
You know, that uniform looks great on you.
Uh-huh. Is that a compliment, or are you asking to borrow my dress?
It's a compliment.
Well, you just never know around here. Thanks, but I'm married.
Ma. Lo siento, Gabriel. Esta no está a tu alcance. Bueno, ahora vamos en serio.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes.
¿Puede traerme un archivo?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file? Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if he said so. There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I understand completely.
Vale, parece tenemos ahora el archivo. Vamos a verlo.
It's the official police file, containing the partial patterns from the voodoo murders.
Uy, ¿había algo más?
The folder is marked with the warning, not to leave the police station.
Vale, no podemos sacarlo de la comisaría. Vamos a abrirlo. Y podemos ver aquí 6 dibujos. No están conectados. Pero imagino que son los dibujos que necesitamos para el dibujante.
The police file contains partial patterns from the first 6 voodoo murders.
Vale, de acuerdo. Como no podemos llevárnoslo, lo que vamos a hacer es dejar aquí
I'm
la
done.
carpeta.
Yeah, thanks.
Y vamos a entrar otra vez. Ahí Gabriel ha demostrado sus poderes de teletransportación. Y si nos fijamos en Mosley,
Mosley was one of those beefy guys in his youth. Now he's getting lumpy. The badge in his front coat pocket is set off particularly well by the gold polyester of his jacket.
o sea, nos dice que hay que tiene la placa en la chaqueta y sería buena idea conseguirla porque una placa de policía abre muchas puertas. Así que vamos a hacer una cosa, vamos a salir.
I'm gonna hit the road.
Have a good one.
Y vamos a accionar el termostato aumentando la temperatura. Como veis, ha tocado la campanita. Es algo que teníamos que hacer. Vale.
It's hot in here.
Vale, sí. Ahora tenemos que esperar porque...
Dang, the air conditioning must be on the blink.
A
Are
ver...
you hot? Man, I'm hot.
Vale, y se ha sacado la chaqueta. Perfecto. Eso nos va muy bien. Ahora lo que tenemos que hacer es hablar
Can I
con
ask you
él.
about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
De acuerdo. Lo primero que haremos será hablarle de las fotografías.
I got those photographs you left for me.
So you said.
Esto ya lo vimos, pero le vamos a decir una fotografía de policía y autor estaría bien.
A cop author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. I'll call the police photographer.
Vale, y recordemos que la chica que hemos conocido fuera, la oficial Franks, es la fotógrafa.
Franks, come here a minute, would you? Bring your camera.
La fotógrafa de la policía, así que ahora no está vigilando el archivo.
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, huh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Say, chintzy.
Was there anything else, Knight?
Vale, y ahora tenemos que decirles... Espera un momento, voy a arreglarme el pelo.
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight, make it fast.
Ahora nos dejan salir mientras esperan allí. Y aunque no se ve...
It's an inbox.
Creo que no se ve, pero si hacemos coger...
Let me see that file again.
Está el archivo de la policía. Esto es un fallo porque recuerdo que normalmente se ve el archivo de la policía, pero imagino que a veces falla. Creo que no podemos llevarnos el archivo. Si lo intentamos... No, creo que sí podemos llevárnoslo, pero hay un... ¿O sí podemos? Igualmente voy a hacer la solución auténtica. Imagino que no, y no quiero perder más tiempo aquí. Imagino que nos dan un aviso si intentamos llevarnos el archivo. Pero lo que debemos hacer es fotocopiarlo.
Just want to check this machine here.
Sí, disimuladamente, mirando a un lado y a otro sospechosamente. Nadie nota que Gabriel está fotocopiando un archivo policial. Y después podemos volverlo a dejar sobre la bandeja. ¿Veis? Ahora se ve el archivo dejado. Creo que es posible llevarse el archivo sin avisar, pero no ganamos los mismos puntos. No lo tengo claro. No voy a probarlo, porque este es el método natural. Ahora
Would you just
volvemos.
get in here? Hurry up, would you?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hon. Let me know when you got it developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Este chiste en español no tiene ningún sentido. El tema es que la palabra desarrollarse y revelarse fotografías es igual en inglés. Y claro, le dice a la chica, vuelve cuando te desarrolles. Quiero decir, las fotos. Es la gracia que tiene el chiste, pero aquí se pierde, es una pena. Vale, ahora tenemos los dibujos. Y ahora tenemos que volver a hablar con Mosley.
You're the...
Y pedirle café nuevamente.
How about getting me some coffee?
What am I, your slave?
Hey, I'm working my butt off here.
Yeah, fine.
Some people are never satisfied.
Vale, y mientras está fuera, nosotros tenemos que aprovechar y coger la placa de su chaqueta.
I think I'll just borrow this badge.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Nothing. I thought I saw something crawling on it.
Just drink this.
Thanks. Tons. I mean it.
Muy bien, y ahora que tenemos la placa y los dibujos, ya podemos irnos, la verdad. Me gusta como Gabriel y Mosley no se despiden casi cuando Gabriel sale de su oficina. Son tan buenos amigos que ya saben todo lo que tienen que saber. Bueno, ahora que tenemos los dibujos... Yo imagino que si intentas salir de la oficina con los dibujos, tratan de impedírtelo. No lo he probado nunca, creo. Pero no estoy seguro. La solución es la que he hecho yo, que es fotocopiar los dibujos. Y ahora podemos dárselos al dibujante.
I have some more of those patterns.
Really? Let's see. Yeah, these are great. I think there's enough overlap now. I'll give it my best shot. I'll show you what I come up with tomorrow.
Great. I appreciate it.
Muy bien. Pues mañana el dibujante tendrá el patrón hecho para nosotros basado en los diferentes dibujos de los crímenes vudú. Así que podemos continuar nuestra investigación hasta que él encuentre el patrón mañana. Y ahora lo que vamos a hacer... Dejad que piense un momento. Vale, vamos a ir a la tienda vudú. Vamos a ir a la tienda vudú porque tenemos nuevos datos.
Hello.
Un cliente.
Bonjour, Monsieur Walker.
Oh, bienvenue, Madame Casanova. Comment ça va? How you be feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Walker, I'm certain someone's buried a slip-knot bag somewhere near my steps. I haven't slept a wink in weeks.
Oh, don't that beat all? Well, you're gonna need some easy night candles then.
Do you think that would help? I do hope you're right. I said 3 rosaries this morning for Our Lady's intervention.
Rosaries are good, sure enough. But you burn those candles too, and you're gonna whip any old no-sleep gree-gree, I tell you for sure.
Very well, Mr. Walker. Put them on my account and send them round to my house. Oh, and there's another thing. I didn't catch her at it, but I know Mrs. Lefebvre put stomachache powder in my tea at the last meeting of the Creole Grand Dames. Oh, I've been in misery.
You put 9 pinheads up in a little box, add a pinch of graveyard dust, and put it under her front porch step. That'll turn the trick back on Mrs. Lefebvre, and she'll be the one with the bellyache. I have the pins and the dust, right here if you want them.
If the Blessed Virgin will grant me her protection, I'll be safe from these practitioners of evil.
Oui, madame. Though it don't hurt to be proactive none neither, now does it?
Naturellement, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
Mais non, madame. It is nothing. Au revoir.
Au revoir, Monsieur Walker.
Vale, interesante. Ese cliente parece saber bastante sobre vudú. Os habréis fijado que la conversación no está bien, no se muestra en el orden correcto. Es un fallo que siempre ha tenido este juego, lo recuerdo incluso cuando era más pequeño, de haberme fijado en ello. Imagino que es un problema de la traducción, pero bueno, no es un problema tan grave. Vamos a preguntarle al señor Walker
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
algunas cosas.
Whatever, man.
A ver, preguntemos sobre Marie Laveau.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Marie, she's somebody from the old days. One of those folk tales. Oh, the tourists eat it up and on.
A veces parece muy creíble que realmente estas cosas no le interesan, la verdad, pero después, cuando ha hablado con la clienta, claramente sabía lo que se decía, o eso o se lo inventaba. Hablemos sobre las máscaras de animales.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Like the ones in the voodoo rituals they do for the tourists?
Right.
I used to sell a few as souvenirs. The only one left is Willie Jr. over there. The old crocodile. Well, he's sort of a mascot now, him.
Háblanos de ese Willie Jr. que tenemos justo al lado.
About Willie Jr. Would you be willing to let him go?
Maybe. For $100.
Wow.
$100? You gotta be kidding.
Me and Willie Jr. are very close now. I could part with him for less.
Vale, y ahora sabemos el precio de Willie Jr. Preguntemos por él.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $100.
Vale, tendremos de conseguir $100 en algún momento. De momento preguntemos sobre Madame Cazanux.
That customer of yours, the little old lady?
Customer?
The woman I saw in here. Madame Cazanux, you called her.
I don't talk about my customers to men who come in off the street.
Vale, hace bien la verdad, pero debo insistir.
It's important that I talk to Madame Cazanux. You see, I'm doing some research and...
I can't tell you anything about her.
Vale, parece que no va a decirnos nada. Probemos otra vez.
It's important that I talk to Madame Cazanux. You see, I'm doing some research and...
I can't tell you anything about her.
Vale, no conseguiremos nada, así que tendremos que utilizar otros medios. Vamos a recurrir a otra persona. Vamos a la librería St. George. Labraría, iba a decir.
Phew, it's humid out there. Made it back, though.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Vale, vamos a movernos y vamos a hablar un momento con Grace para pedirle que haga una pequeña
Got a minute,
investigación.
Grace?
What's up?
Vale.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
I need you to look up a Madame Cazanux.
Madame Cazanux? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend Malia Getty was?
Grace, Cazanux is at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Anything else?
Vale, y con esto tenemos suficiente.
Okay.
Grace nos investigará sobre esta misteriosa Madame Cazanux. Y nosotros volvemos a nuestro caso. A veces me sorprendo cómo pude deducir muchas cosas de
See you
juventud,
later.
Have fun.
la verdad. Aunque este juego tiene muchos modos de ayudarte a resolver los puzzles. Vale, ahora lo único que queda hacer es intentar entrar en la propiedad Kiddy. Ahora tenemos una placa de policía, así que podemos probar con ella a ver qué pasa. De acuerdo, aquí estamos. Vamos a darle al picaporte.
May I help you?
Le decimos la verdad.
I'd like to see Malia Getty, please. I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you.
Y le decimos que venimos por asuntos oficiales.
I do have official business. Really? Please tell me the nature of your business.
Vale, y entonces tenemos que enseñarle la placa.
My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business. Really? How interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Miss Giddy.
Me hace gracia la voz que ha puesto Gabriel para
Miss
hacerse
Giddy
pasar
will
por
see you.
Mosley.
Right this way. Miss Giddy will be down shortly.
Thank you.
Atención ahora. Todas las animaciones que veremos. En vez de dejar al personaje quieto y hacer que espera, mirad todas las animaciones que hicieron para dar a entender que estaba esperando. Y ansioso.
What can I do for you, detective?
Vale, y aquí está Miss Giddy. Una cosa, nunca me he fijado en la placa.
Gabriel is carrying Mosley's badge.
Vale, nada de especial. Pensaba que diría algún comentario gracioso. Vamos a mirar las cosas de esta habitación.
Undoubtedly proof that there is a God.
Vale. ¿La chimenea?
Romantic.
I like firelight, detective.
De acuerdo.
Beautiful women. They must be relatives.
They are.
Harvard classic. Homer. Virgil. Maybe Malia wouldn't be impressed by a signed copy of one of Gabriel's novels.
Lo más seguro es que no. Parece que tiene unos gustos mucho más refinados.
Nice statue. I like it.
Thank you. It's The Rebellious Slave by Michelangelo.
Comienzo a percibir que aquí hay una temática. De momento vamos a hacer el chit-chat normal.
This is quite a place.
Thank you. It's been in the family a long time.
Vale, continuemos un poco.
Done anything exciting lately?
I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. Can we get to the point?
Vale, parece que quiere ser interrogada. Así que vamos a ello.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Giddy?
I assume that's what you're here for, detective.
Ok, hagamos las preguntas de rigor.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced?
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh. Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
Vale, un poco de hostilidad para empezar.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, detective.
Ese detective me hace pensar que Malia sabe que no somos detectives. Lo cual es curioso porque entonces, ¿por qué razón se ha entrevistado con nosotros?
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Getty family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now.
Una curiosidad, no sé si os habéis fijado, pero ella ha dicho que su familia ha llegado el mismo año que hubo la revolución en Antillas, así que eso es una pequeña pista.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm afraid I quite abhor them.
Vale.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's some sort of local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
De acuerdo.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Gar means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am.
Vale, aquí una cosa que me extraña, claramente Malia es una mujer culta, así que me extraña mucho que no sepa francés.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
I have heard of her, of course, but that's about it.
Vale.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Animal masks? I don't know what you mean.
Quiere decir máscaras de animales. No es muy difícil de entender. Voy a dejar un chiste que iba a hacer porque era una auténtica chorrada, pero bueno. Que nos hable de ella misma.
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, detective?
Vale. Hagamos estas preguntas nada sospechosas por parte de un detective.
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, detective. It means a great deal to me.
Do you have a career?
A career? Being the head of the Getty family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, detective, wealth does have its price.
Vale. Hablemos de tu familia.
Tell me about your family.
The Gettys? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you. Or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Gettys in the city. I have a large, extended family.
I see.
Tengo curiosidad, siempre la he tenido, por lo que le pasó al padre de Malia. Creo que nunca se dice a lo largo del juego y es uno de esos misterios que quedan pendientes. No es increíblemente importante, pero siempre he tenido la curiosidad.
Do you have a husband? A boyfriend?
I'm very independent, detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So, you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, that is likely. Someday.
Vale.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I do a lot of charity work around the city, primarily in the prison and reform system. I'm not a professional sociologist, but it does interest me.
Vale, interesante.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
Oh? Why not something like law, then? Surely that would have been an asset to the family.
Law? Please, I do have some morals, detective.
Vale, ese está bien. De acuerdo, dejemos
I
esto.
wouldn't know where to begin.
As you wish, detective.
Y hablemos sobre el lago.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could, but I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake, and I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Can you tell me anything
¿Algo
about
más?
what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could.
No, repite lo mismo. Vale. Coqueteemos con ella.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that. Brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job. I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Oh, nos ha pillado.
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear, I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out.
Uh-oh.
Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will. Thank you very much. I had a lovely time.
Ah, shit.
Bueno, parece que no ha salido todo muy bien. Bueno. En todo caso, con esto hemos cumplido lo último que teníamos que hacer en el día de hoy. Y ahora cuando salgamos de aquí...
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to return home for the day.
Automáticamente Gabriel vuelve a casa. Debemos llegar con su motocicleta. Grace se va. Y las pesadillas regresan. Día 3. Me dirigí a la residencia de Bachus. Busqué allí para conspirar, pero fue en la ciudad de los muertos donde encontré el deseo de mi corazón. Recordad, esto es una pista. Os recomiendo mirar el poema anterior y comprobar cuál era la pista y a qué pertenecía.
I'm so glad you could join us today. I've got messages when you want them. I also checked out Kazanu. There are multiple listings in the white pages. I got the page, but you'll have to figure out the right one.
Great, thanks.
Vale, parece todo muy tranquilo.
Now, are you gonna tell me what happened yesterday with Malia Getty, or is it just too embarrassing? Don't tell me you actually got to see her.
Are the stars out tonight?
Gabriel, you don't seriously think she's interested? She can have any man in the city. You know, men with bank accounts.
You underestimate the Knight family's tragic poet samurai appeal. When Daddy married Mom, she was the hottest catch in town.
I always suspected there was something fishy in your family tree. But seriously, I think you should be careful.
Grace.
I'm serious. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach about this.
It's called jealousy, my dear. And you're right. You should be jealous of Malia Getty, as should every woman on this planet.
Oh, never mind. I'll just fix these books. Your life is in your own slippery little hands.
The point is to get it into somebody else's hands. And soon.
Hey kids,
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you going to sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
Parece que está interesado en el cuadro del padre Gabriel. Vamos a decir esto. Gabriel no va a vender algo de su padre tan fácilmente. ¡Caramba! ¿Es hoy el día en el que el infierno se congela?
Gee, is today the day that hell freezes over?
One needn't be rude.
Bueno, parece que se ha ido ofendido. De acuerdo. Igualmente Gabriel no le hace ilusión vender el cuadro de su padre, le tiene cariño. Aunque sea increíblemente raro. Vamos a coger el periódico a ver qué nos dice hoy.
Times-Picayune, dated June 20, 1993. Gabriel scans over an uninteresting front page. Under the cultural events section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change course before it's too late.
Lighten up.
Vale, parece que hay una charla sobre vudú, cosa que puede ser bastante interesante. Así que iremos a verla en algún momento. Antes de nada, vamos a hablar con Grace, que ha dicho que tiene mensajes para nosotros.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Mensajes.
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they're interrogating a suspect this morning and you might want to be there.
Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
¿Más mensajes?
Do you have more messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours. I took down his number. If you change your mind and want to give him a call back, just ask me for it.
De momento no vamos a llamarlo, pero cojamos el número de teléfono.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
De acuerdo, ¿más mensajes?
Do you have more messages for me?
I've given everything to you.
Vale, pues no queda nada más.
Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
De acuerdo, a ver. Pues... de momento lo que vamos a hacer es salvar la partida aquí. Y vamos a dejar el vídeo aquí en el comienzo del día 4, donde tenemos mucho... Ay, perdón, el día 3. ¡Oh, otra vez Bruno! ¿En serio?
Bruno.
Estoy acabando el vídeo, no me interrumpas.
I just popped in to see if your desk...
Te he dicho ya que no hace 5 minutos. ¿Por qué tienes que volver a preguntarme? Me has interrumpido al final del vídeo.
Are you ready to drop dead today?
Well, really?
¿Serio? Es que me has interrumpido el final del vídeo, por el amor de Dios. Bueno chicos, lo que decía, en el siguiente capítulo empezaremos el día 3. Creo que antes he dicho el día 4, me he liado. El día 3, porque tenemos muchísimas cosas que hacer, pero eso será en el siguiente vídeo. Hasta entonces, muchas gracias por ver este capítulo y os espero en el siguiente. ¡Hasta pronto!